Hey guys, this is Dr. Hub. In case you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to learn and grow daily. Now let's understand the derivatives of the mesoderm. So mesoderm and its derivatives. So the first one being the mesoderm is divided into paraxial, intermediate and the lateral. So there is paraxial, intermediate as well as the lateral plate mesoderm. Now let's understand each one. So first is the paraxial mesoderm. So we have the paraxial mesoderm. So under the paraxial mesoderm, this includes the skeletal muscles of the trunk. So skeletal muscles, and this includes the trunk, the limbs, the head and the neck. Next, it also includes the EOM, that's extraocular muscles. Also the intrinsic muscles, this is of the tongue. The bones, that is the vertebrae and the ribs, as well as the dermis of the skin, and also the dura mater. So let's recap. So in the paraxial mesoderm, we saw that there is the skeletal muscles of the trunk, limbs, head and neck, and then also the EOM, extraocular muscles, intraocular muscles such as the tongue and the bones as well, the bones, vertebrae and ribs, and then also the dermis of the skin and the dura mater. Now let's move on to the intermediate mesoderm. Intermediate mesoderm. So under the intermediate mesoderm, it includes the urinary system. So US urinary system, that is a kidney, ureter, trigone of the bladder, kidney, ureter, as well as the trigone of the bladder. Next is it also includes the dorsal part. This is the dorsal part of the prostatic urethra, and this is involving the males. Then comes, we also talk about the gonads. The gonads, it includes the testes and the ovaries, as well as the genital ducts, G ducts, and the adrenal cortex. So let's again revise what we have done here. So we spoke about the intermediate mesoderm. Intermediate mesoderm, we spoke about the urinary system including the kidney, the trigone of the bladder, as well as the ureters, and also the prostatic urethra, that is a dorsal part. Next will be the gonads, and talking about the gonads, it involves the testes and the ovaries, and also the genital ducts and the AC, that is the adrenal cortex. Next we move on to the lateral plate mesoderm. So under the lateral plate mesoderm, this includes the bones. So we also saw the bones in the paraxial system, but it included the vertebrae and the ribs. So here again we have the presence of bones. So bones here, it includes the sternum as well as the limb bones. Next it includes the serous membrane of body cavities, the serous membranes of the body cavities. So serous membrane of the body cavity is nothing but it includes the pleura, it includes the pericardium, as well as the peritoneum. Next is we move on to the GIT layers. So what we are seeing is the lateral plate mesoderm, it includes a lot of layers. That is, under the GIT layers, there is the lamina propria, there is muscularis mucosa, there is submucosa, the muscularis externa, as well as the adventitia. Next, it also includes there is the presence of blood vessels. So blood vessels, it comes under the lateral plate mesoderm. The blood cells, it includes the microglia as well as the Kupffer cells. So it is important to know where the microglia and the Kupffer cell comes. It is a derivative of the lateral plate mesoderm. Then comes the CVS. So we also have the CVS as well as the lymphatic system and the laryngeal cartilages. So now let's quickly recap what we have done here. So we have learnt about the lateral plate mesoderm. So under the lateral plate mesoderm, we discussed the bones, and bones mainly the sternum and the limb bones. Then the serous membranes of the body cavities, that is a pleura. So body cavity, serous membranes, that is the pleura, pericardium. Next, moving on to the GIT layers, we saw the lamina propria, muscularis mucosa, submucosa, muscularis externa. Then it includes the blood cells like the Kupffer cells, the cardiovascular system, the lymphatic system, and the laryngeal cartilages. To watch more videos like these and grow daily, subscribe to the Dr. Hub channel.